Big Mama. Yes, join us, Grandma. There you go. You're right there. Yep. You know what this remind me of? That paprika. When I was putting paprika on the devil's head. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. You know. Woo!
She looks it, but it ain't true.
Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiara, your friendly neighborhood regional flight attendant, and today is June 15th. It is Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all out there who are fathers, who stepped up to be fathers, and I just thank you, and I hope you have a great day. Y'all, a lot has happened in these past few days. I probably inserted a couple clips from my phone because your girl lost her camera and I don't think I'm getting it back. So I replaced my camera, but I did lose some footage that I am a little bummed out that I didn't get before I lost my camera. I also didn't plan to lose my camera. So unfortunately, I will not have a video for Recurrent because I did not download that footage before I misplaced my camera. And then the last block of days that I flew, it was a 4-day block. I only flew one of those days, and that one day that I flew was the day that I lost my camera. So I didn't lose a lot of footage there, but I don't have a lot of footage, so there will be no clips of that. So this starts the very next block following. So I wasn't feeling well yesterday, but the day before I was off, and we had celebrated my brother, his birthday and everything like that, and I wasn't feeling it the following day. So I called out sick yesterday, and then I got a trip today. So it's not a big one, thankfully. So I am working a flight today, just one leg, DC to Grand Rapids. I've never stayed in Grand Rapids before, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then tomorrow, as of right now, I just work a flight back from Grand Rapids to DC. The likelihood of it staying that way, I won't say slim to none, because 3 other 4 short call days that I sat in the last 4-day block, I was not used. I sat short call at home. So right now, anything's possible, especially with the new hires coming in, my seniority going up. Me and my classmate, we were talking about, it's this weird phase where we are senior enough we're not the first ones to be called all the time, but we're still junior enough to not have a line. So it's a little weird space. So it's currently 8:32. I know a shuttle bus did just drive by, but I'm sure it's getting ready to go around. So I'll catch the next one, make my way to the airport. I have a 9:14 van time, God bless. I have a 9:14 report time. So I'm going to go ahead and make my way to the airport, and I'll see you guys there. So I'm finally on the aircraft. It is 12:04. Just now getting on my aircraft to head to DC. Yes, I've been in the airport for about 3.5 hours because the inbound was delayed coming in from Cincinnati. I don't know what the cause of the delay was, but they just got here. We just got everything all situated, and now our passenger should be coming down shortly. Our 12-minute flight. Maybe at Apps early today, and then we'll swap tomorrow. It is pretty full flight. Yeah, there's only 2 seats that are available. We have a UM, and we have a pet and a couple of wheelchairs. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my life together. I'll see you guys in Grand Rapids. So we have made it to Grand Rapids. It is 2:55 and should have been here like 3 hours ago. But we're here. We're here now. We are here now. I'm just gonna relax. I do not, since the lighting's so good this way, I don't plan to do too much. I'm tired. I am drained. And it's not even like the passengers were fine on the aircraft. So I know I said we had the 2 wheelchairs, we had a UM, but they didn't cause us any problems. None of the passengers caused us any problems despite the delay, thankfully. They were pretty chill about it. I mean, honestly, it's nothing much we can do about it, unfortunately. Of course, planes had to get changed around, but we're here. We are here. So I am just going to do a quick sweep. And that's the room, y'all. So this is my first time staying here. I'm trying to debate if I'm going to walk down to, there's I think it's like a Target and some food options not too far from here. So I may walk down there just to get some fresh air, but we'll see. We shall see. Of course, I'll bring y'all on if I do. Good morning. It's currently 4:41 a.m. And as y'all can see, I did not pull my camera out when I went and got food yesterday, because I actually ended up walking with my other flight attendant, and we were walking and talking, and come to find out, like, we damn near neighbors. We are damn near neighbors. I was like, oh, that's what's up. So we were talking. We had a great time. We were out for hours just having conversation. So I didn't pull my camera out. But I ended up going to Noodles and Company, got me some food, and then we stopped by Starbucks and then came back to the hotel. And then once I got back to the hotel, I took a shower, unwinded, and your girl got in bed. It's early, so I wanted to get some rest. I have a 4:56 van time, so I have a little over 10 minutes to get downstairs. So I am almost finished packing up. And as I knew was bound to happen, crew scheduling has added a turn to my schedule. So when we get back to DC, I have a 2-hour sit. And then I have a Minneapolis turn. So that's a meal service flight. So we have 3 long flights today because Grand Rapids to DC is snack basket. Minneapolis is meal service. It does look like I am working with the flight attendant that I worked with before. We only did a turn, I believe. Yes. So this was, every time I think about it, I get upset. This is part of the footage that I had lost. So I worked with her the day after recurrent. I had 1 day available and they put me on a turn. So we did a Bradley, Hartford, Connecticut turn. And then we were going to do a, what was it? It was I think it was like a Wilmington turn. We were going to do another turn, but then our flight delayed, so they took us off and then added her to something else. And then I was released. So it'd be good seeing her. I do enjoy working with flight attendants that I've flown with before because, like, y'all, I mean, y'all don't know each other, but y'all know each other, if that makes sense. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead, finish getting my life together, and then we're going to go ahead and head downstairs. Shortly, and so we can get the show on the road. It's not a completely full flight, but it's pretty full. Oh yeah, so we board in 2 minutes. So I'll see you guys when we get to DC. am back in the car. It is currently 5:24 p.m. and a day has been had. I don't think I got a lot of time to really talk to you guys today. I just had a couple clips of all of the flights today because there were delays. As you can see, it's a little gloomy outside, so there are thunderstorms in the area and like in the DC area, so that contributed to how my day went. But let's recap. So I was a forward girly all day today. So my first flight was Grand Rapids to DC, and the debacle with that flight was we weren't given enough fuel for the flight to, let me not say it like that. Excuse me. We were not given enough fuel to fly and sit as long as we had to sit. So once we closed the doors, apparently the fuelers didn't, like I said, they didn't give us enough to do everything. But we had enough to, if we were just going to the runway and taking off, we had enough to get us to DC safely. However, there was a maintenance thing that popped up after we closed the doors, so they had to deal with that. And while dealing with that, trying to get the new release and everything that they needed to get, resolving the maintenance delay, we ended up being below the required minimum of fuel that we needed for the flight. So we had to go back to the gate, and then when we got back to the gate, had to open the door again so we can get fuel. So that took some time. And also, every last one of these flights were completely full. Can't forget that part. So that's what we're dealing with. So we worked the flight from Grand Rapids to DC. Like I said, aside from the beginning debacle, it was fine. Then when we got to DC, I was already given this Minneapolis turn, so I was aware of it. Originally, I had it was like a 2.5 hour sit that I had. When I got to DC and got off the plane, my aircraft we were supposed to board in like 17 minutes. So at first, I saw that I was working with a flight attendant that I worked with before. I think I told you guys. We had worked together right after my recurrent. But when I got to the gate, I saw that they took her name off of our crew app. And then they added another Philly-based flight attendant. So I was like, okay. So I'm working with somebody I didn't know before. But she was cool. She was cool. We were both exhausted. You guys, I am so tired. It's not even funny. So we get on. It's a meal service flight. So I'm getting myself together for that. They were, as I mentioned, 2 completely full flights. So leaving from DC, the aircraft that we had did not have an APU, meaning we needed a manual start at the gate. So that takes some time. So we were ready to close the door on time, but because we had to get a manual start, that, like I said, it takes time or whatever. So we made it to Minneapolis, no issues. I did my coffee and Bailey's tray. They loved it. Only a couple people took from the DC to Minneapolis flight. Then when we got to Minneapolis, we quickly turned the aircraft around, got the passengers on. Again, another completely full flight. And a jump seater. And then once we got the door closed and everything, got the engine started, because of weather in DC, air traffic control gave us a wheels up time 45 minutes after we had already pushed back. So I was like, here we go. So of course, as y'all know, coming into our bases, you're going to have a lot of people who have connections and things of that nature. So it's frustrating. It is frustrating. So, but because this is a thing, like coming into DC, a lot of inbound aircrafts were delayed coming in. So hopefully they'll be able to make those connections. I am y'all, I am dead tired. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to lay down. Like, it's just been a day. And then I'm off tomorrow, so I surely will be sleeping in and just recovering from this. I don't feel like I vlogged a lot during this 3-day ordeal. Like, I vlogged a little bit of like the setup and stuff and some clips from my brother's birthday. And then I didn't really vlog when we went out on our layover, because I had mentioned before, like, me and the other flight attendant, we were talking and just vibing. So we'll see how I put this one together. If it's going to be a standalone video or if it's going to be a continuation of my next 3-day block. We'll see. I'll play around with it, and then I'll let you guys know. Good morning. It is currently Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to everyone. I know. I should have taken off today, but I didn't. It's okay. I'm gonna make the most of today. I am currently on my way to the airport. I have an 11:30 report time. It is currently 10:40, but GPS saying I should be there by 11. So not really worried about any of that. I did decide that I am going to let this be a continuation of my last, I think it was a 3-day block, but I only flew 2 days, and it's the same thing for this 3-day block. So I was on call yesterday and did not get used. They did send a trip, like they pushed a trip to ask if I wanted it, but I didn't. I really wanted to rest yesterday. I've just been in a funk, if you will. So yesterday was very much so needed. I got some cleaning done. I got some laundry done. I was productive in a sense to improve my mental. Then they sent me this trip, and I was like, it's a 2-day. It's not too bad, but it does fly through Charlotte, and you guys know I don't really like flying through Charlotte. So today I have a DC to Charleston, South Carolina, then Charleston, South Carolina to Charlotte. I have a 2.5-hour sit, and then my final leg for today will be Charlotte to Akron, and I'll overnight in Akron. So I've overnighted in Akron one time before, but it's going to be like a minimum rest type thing. I do wish we were getting there earlier so that I could actually do stuff in Akron, but I'm going to make the most of it. And then tomorrow, as of right now, I just work a flight from Akron to Charlotte, and then I deadhead from Charlotte to DC. And that's all they have on my schedule so far. So we'll see if it stays that way. I mentioned the funk that I was in earlier. It is tied to the fact that I did lose my camera and I lost some footage that I can't get the footage back, can't go back in time, re-record the footage or anything like that. I replaced the camera, which I'm glad I was able to do, but the footage is gone. So you could probably tell in like the first half of this vlog, I just wasn't doing what I normally do on my vlogs. And then I don't think I mentioned it, but I happened to be on the same aircraft that I had lost my camera on in the first place. So I didn't pull my camera out for that leg. For me, it's obvious reasons. I was so worried that I was going to leave my camera on that aircraft again. So I didn't pull it out. And then I did get some clips on the, what was that turn? Minneapolis? I think it was a Minneapolis turn. Yes, it was a Minneapolis turn that was added to my schedule at the end of that last 3-day block. So I did get some footage doing that because it's a meal service flight. It's a longer flight, so I was able to do a little bit more. So I am coming out of the funk slowly but surely. I kind of had to go through like a grieving process of losing my camera, and it may seem trivial, but it helped. So I grieved the loss of my camera, I grieved the loss of the footage, and I am in the process of moving forward through that. So I've taken necessary precautions to keep me from losing my camera again. So I got a more personable case for the camera, and I had an AirTag. So I got a 4-pack of an AirTag, and I had one left. So I put that AirTag on my camera, and just a little peace of mind. So I've done some things to prevent that from happening again. And now I download my footage the night of. So when I get to my hotel tonight, I'll download all the footage that I have, so that in the unlikely case that I misplace my camera again, then I at least have the footage to keep up with everything. So that's my little rant. Like I said, I am on my way to the airport now, and not a lot of traffic out here, thankfully. I don't know if that's because of the time of day. I think it's a combination of the time of day, and also a lot of people probably took off because it is a federal holiday. So I am cherishing that because I was up late. Crew scheduling actually called me and woke me up, so I was getting my life together after they called me. So yeah. So I will see you guys at the airport. Alright, so I made it on my aircraft. Y'all, this woman, and before you ask, yes she was, absolutely tried me at TSA today, because we are allowed to skip ahead, and I only do so if there's space. And so she was fumbling around with her bag, so I did skip ahead, and she kept trying to put her bag in between my stuff, and I'm like, lady, please, not today, not on this beautiful federal holiday that the Lord has given us. So I told my other flight attendant about it. We laughed. And now we're getting ready to board. So they should be coming down soon. We are on a 900 today. And I believe it's a completely full flight. So I will try and check with you guys when we get to Charleston. If not, definitely when we get to Charlotte. So we have made it to Charleston. Pretty uneventful flight. We only had one seat available leaving out of DC, and we're expecting a completely full flight heading to Charlotte. No surprise there. Mostly everyone has a connection. So they should be coming down shortly because the cleaners just got off. So should be scanning them in any minute now. And then to Charlotte for that 2.5 hour sit we're just looking forward to. But I'm looking forward to heating up my food so I can eat. I am being a financially responsible flight attendant this 2-day trip. I packed lunch for the 2.5 hour sit, and I packed dinner for tomorrow. Well, for tonight. And then I don't have a long sit in between when we get to Charlotte and my deadhead to DC. So I should be okay with whatever breakfast I can get in the morning. So I will hit you guys up when we get to Charlotte. So we have made it to Charlotte. I went to heat up my food, and then me and my other flight attendant, we sat in the terminal while we waited for our inbound aircraft to get here. So now we are on board for our final flight to Akron. It's not going to be as long as the one to Charleston, but just like every other flight we've had today, completely full. So they should be coming down soon. We don't have any special assist passengers for this one, so there probably won't be any pre-boards, but we can go ahead and get these people on so that we can get to Akron and get to our pretty much minimum rest layover, and then go from there. So I will check in with you guys when we get to Akron. We have made it to Akron. I have stayed here before. I'm almost certain I was here right before Recurrent. Oh, yes, I was. The video where the pilots left us in Toronto. That same trip, I came to Akron for the first time. So I'm just gonna chill for the most part. There is a microwave in the room. Love that. Absolutely love it. But I am going to go down to the gym. It's not a big fancy gym, but it's all good. I'm going to go down, give me a good little workout in, and then I'm going to come up, eat, I am going to download the footage from the trip so far, and then probably start editing. And yeah, just get my life together for that. The last flight of the day, so Charlotte to Akron, it was not full, completely full. It was mostly full, but it wasn't completely full. So the 2 seats next to me were open, so I was able to actually stretch out a little bit. But yeah, other than that, they were pretty uneventful, pretty chill. I mean, aside from the flights being completely full, was not too eventful today. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my life together, and I'll see you guys in the gym. I am all ready for the gym. Gonna head downstairs and see what we're gonna get into today. I haven't decided what I'm gonna work out. We'll figure that out when I get down there. So I've made it back to the room. I did a quick workout. I was in it for like 37 minutes. I am heating my food up now. I'm gonna go ahead and eat and then start getting ready for bed. It's currently 9:53 p.m. and summertime, daylight stays a lot longer. So it feels like it's a lot earlier than what it is. Alas, no, it is late. So, and I could feel myself getting tired. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna call it a day and come up. Like I said, my food's heating up, eat that, then I'm gonna shower, get ready for bed, and then I am gonna iron my clothes tonight just in case I sleep a little longer than my alarm tells me to. So, because we have a 7:30 van time tomorrow. So, yeah. All right. So, I will check in with you guys probably in the morning. Our passenger should be coming down shortly. Quick flight to Charlotte, and then I'll update you guys when I get to Charlotte. So I have made it to Charlotte, and my schedule has changed a bit since we last spoke. So originally I was working the flight from Akron to Charlotte and then deadheading from Charlotte to DC. Overnight they changed my schedule and added, in addition to that, they had added hello! One sec. So I am on board. I'm going to be a Florida girly today. As I was saying, I was supposed to just deadhead on here and then work the flight and then deadhead to Portland and then work the flight from Portland to DC. But they changed my schedule. So they added a deadhead from DC to Portland, and then worked the flight from Portland to DC. But they took me off the deadhead here and had me work the flight. So those are the changes that have happened. So I'm just getting everything together. We board in 12 minutes, so I have plenty of time. But yeah, change, and more change. So I will update you guys when we get to DC. So I dropped my stuff off at the car because I have like a 2-hour sit. This way I don't have to take everything with me. And I'm going to make my way back to the airport for my deadhead. Made it to the car. I don't think I talked to y'all since I think it was since I left Charlotte, to be honest with you. Oh, 1 second, let me act like I know what I'm doing. Get that ready. Sound quality improved. But oh my goodness. But yes, hold on. So I got all these attachment pieces for my camera, and I had them when I had my first camera, and I wasn't using them. Honestly, I feel like out of pure like laziness, I wasn't using them. But now that I got this set up, y'all, hands free, and I love that for me. I feel like I'm coming down with something. Like I feel it starting in my throat, a little tickle in my throat. But anyway, it is currently 8:15, and I'm just now getting to the car. I let's see, like I said earlier, I think the last time I talked to you guys, it was right before I worked the flight to Charlotte. So I didn't talk to you guys on my deadhead because it was a quick turnaround. So when worked the flight from Charlotte to DC, I don't think we didn't have any issues or anything like that. Then I got to, I did talk to you guys when I got back because I told you guys I dropped my stuff off before my deadhead. So I didn't take all my bags with me on my deadhead because I was coming back here. So I dropped my stuff off, then made my way back to the airport. I had to get my seat at the gate because the flight was so full. So with all of the weather that we've been having, all the summer storms up and down the East Coast, it has been creating situations where there's a lot more revenue standby on flights now. So all my flights lately have been full or oversold because of that. So so it's been hectic in that aspect, but yeah, summer flying for you. Thank you so much. You are a heaven sent. Thank you. But so that's what we've been experiencing lately. So the flight actually flew. It was me and the FO. We deadheaded from DC. The captain was just in Portland already, and then my other flight attendant, she was deadheaded from Charlotte to Portland to work this flight. So this was actually, she was like, this is her first trip off her IOE. I was like, oh, that's so exciting. Like I get so excited when I work with new flight attendants. And what's so funny is she graduated the same day I was in recurrent. So I thought she looked familiar because the day that we took our final in recurrent, she came down to the shuttle. So we were at the same hotel and everything. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. So it's nice to see her and everything, see that she got her wings, and I love that. So we just worked the flight from Portland to DC. So it was quick turnaround because when we got there, it was, we had that, they're like, oh, it's 30 minutes, but we start boarding at 30 minutes. So we still got to deplane, get everything on and all that stuff. So completely full flight that we're boarding. We have wheelchair, we have aisle chair. So these things take a little extra time. So we get everyone on board, and before we had closed the door, the captain was like, we want to have a quick taxi. I was like, okay, cool, bet. Quick taxi, try to make up some time, get people to DC, because coming into DC, everybody got a connection. So we get there, we get boarded, we're sitting down, we start taxiing, and then ding dong, we get a call. Air traffic control, like there's too much traffic coming into DC, so we had to sit, not too long, but it was maybe like 30 minutes that we sat there before we could take off. So captain made the announcement, let folk know, and I was like, oh, here we go. Because there's people coming on board already asking about their connections. So I was like, this is. But we did everything that we could. I made announcements like, hey, please, if DC is your stop or if you have a later connection, please let those with a tight connection deplane first so they can try and get out of there. The valet bags, they were pretty much on it. Like yes, people were saying they're waiting for a little bit, but they were bringing the bags up pretty quickly and everything. So that was good. So now I'm sure there were some people that probably had to get rebooked because of it, but there were also some aircrafts that were delayed coming into DC because we weren't the only ones affected by the air traffic control, like flow delayed thing. So it's just pack your patience with summer flying, y'all. Pack your patience. This is officially my first summer flying because I graduated in July. So by the time I started actually flying, it was late July, early August. So summertime is starting to die down. Like it wasn't like this. So it's my first official summer, and I'll probably do a review at the end of the summer. That's what I'll start doing. Like in addition to like my vlogs and stuff, I will do a review of the different seasons flying. Just thought of it just now. So if there's anything in particular you guys want to see, anything in particular you guys want me to do, just comment down below, let me know. I'm trying to do things differently. I want to expand my channel. I want to expand my vlogging experience as well. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me to let me know anything that you would like me to add into what I do. So yeah, and so that was that. But then as I was leaving, I actually ran into this first officer that I haven't flown with in a while, but we had a really good trip. Like the whole crew was nice. Where did we end up? We ended up in, I think it was Syracuse, and we had all went out and we just had a good time. We had talked, and it was good to see him and good to see everything. So he was like, he got a line next month. I was like, oh, that's great. I don't think I've told you guys, but I actually bidded for long call next month, and I got long call for next month. So we're going to see how that goes. We are going to see how that goes. I've heard stories about long call, and some good, some bad. So I'm like, okay, let me get my own experience with long call, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so that is what I have been experiencing. That is what I have been dealing with. I'm tired, y'all. I am so tired. I'm ready to go home. I am ready to go home. So thank you so much for coming along on this particular trip with me. It is 2 trips combined, but as I believe I mentioned earlier, this was a kind of a stepping back into vlogging for me after losing my camera. So I feel like I got my mojo back a little bit. So I am excited to see how my vlogs expand, and definitely will be keeping up with my camera. I'm going to show you guys. I took the case off because of the thing that I have it in. I can't have this in it, but this is the case that I got. So it's a little silicone case, but bright purple, y'all. Can't miss it. AirTag. Can't miss it. So definitely taking those steps to protect my camera in the future. So thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, live freely, love always, travel often. Bye.